Hey, welcome to college football. My name is Jesse. Before you jump into that video, make sure you visit cooladman100x.com to get custom ebooks and other things that's available on the website. Link will be in the description below. Also, visit the NFLShop to get yourself some Kansas City's Chiefs gear and your own personal team gear as well. And also, all the other sponsors will be in the description below. Now, back to Kool-Aid.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Kool-Aid Man 100X. Welcome to College Football 26. How you guys doing? We're going to be jumping deep into the College Football 26 Dynasty mode. First, we're going to start off with what tripped me out about the Dynasty mode. I thought it was going to be more, but it wound up being nothing, I would say. But overall, what I don't like about it is that it wasn't broken down in depth. For one, we're going to start off with, it's only a 5-minute and 41-second video, so that sucked. The deep dive is interesting because I wanted to get into it myself this year. Make a player called Tay Rick and stuff, so I wanted to get into Dynasty, and I was really interested in how it works and how would I go about doing it as far as content. And it's immersive, but I feel as though they don't really have as much creativity as I expected. Yes, head coaches, stuff like that. To me, it's like an RPG of, football, basically. But I feel as though it should have been more in Dynasty, I guess. I mean, they really just rinse and repeat. They really haven't done anything as far as making it more interesting for different players and people that want to get into Dynasty mode heavy. So what I'm looking at is yes, you can create the team, use the coaches, do whatever you want as far as that, head coaches, seeing with recruiters and stuff like that, which is fine. Same thing you pretty much had last year. Nothing really changed. But they added the sub out thing again in Dynasty mode. I don't know why would that be a thing to have in Dynasty, but whatever. Will it be the same as you going to be the lowest under recruiter or under that last year where you just couldn't get out of that position and thought that was pretty whack? But I have not really seen anything being observant in here, but I want to get into it next year to see, how would it go about doing it. But I feel as though it should have been more. They kind of had pretty much the same stuff from last year, but threw it together. They had the trophy room, which is, surprising. I think they kind of took that from 2K, football. Trophy room. Interesting. But overall, it could have been more. I'm not saying it's good or whatever. I'm completely, against not liking what's going on with EA in general. But I'm not going to fancy up and think oh, this is a great game. No, it's actually not. It's pretty much wrapped in a bow and just sent right back out, basically. And nothing really changed. I would say having you recruit and stuff like that is very easy. The same thing they added from last year. Nothing really changed. And also adding the depth of trying to recruit players and having deal breakers and stuff like that, which is, making them committed to stay, which is cool. And he want more, the player get to choose what they want and you try to recruit them is a different type of task. I mean, is it overall for the player to come to the team and commit, or is just he has to have certain things to be there? It's stupid, but whatever. I didn't like that feature. Another feature I did not like is the player progression. So when you're doing the player progression, does that impact depending on what coach you use or what coaches that you have to get to make that player either commit or be able to increase, or the progressions too as well. I would have to look more into depth. They only had one section in there, so it really wasn't, what I was expecting. Now the recruiting simulator thing is kind of different, because you have to fly these players out, feel as though what you want them to do, what campus life is like. You have to really sell them now. Then on top of that, I thought it was kind of interesting on where you trying to make this player commit, and what if he don't commit and you done wasted all that time and understanding you trying to get this one player. How would that proceed in there? Now, what I don't like, I hate to say this, is the wear and tear system on risky players. Now, what I'm understanding is, when you have wear and tear on a certain player, does that make them completely out for the season? Or will that be a short period of time, depending on the injury? So when I'm looking at, like, if he injured for the rest of the season, so we just out of a player at that particular time, or do we have to recruit a new player to replace him? So that would be a question I would have to understand too as well, because I'm looking at it as like, okay, if he got wear and tear and he's a risky player, why would I try to get him to commit, or why would I want to recruit him? Because I'm looking at it like this: if he get injured on that play, particularly like a week or 2 weeks in, how would I have that opportunity to replace everything I did to recruit him? So that comes into play. And overall, how would I actually, now the creativity of the teams, I didn't really understand, because I'm looking at it like, when you're doing a deep dive, is it just focusing on the coaches? Or, because I'm seeing in here, like, you can, create coaches, change their clothes and all that other stuff. So nothing really in particular that you can do. Now, what I'm understanding is you're not creating a team to actually, if you're going to do a dynasty mode, why not let you create the team like you used to do? Like, you name your own team, you put your logo in, you do all that stuff. We're actually just using the actual college team that's already in here, which sucks, because that's not dynasty mode. That's not what we're playing it for. We're still using actual teams. It's like they lazy. They don't want to just, If you're going to do dynasty mode, I'm thinking we should be able to create our teams, create our logo, create all that stuff, like the stadium, everything. And this crazy part about it, they had these in the old college game. They had this in the old Maddens. And I don't see how can that be not implemented in here. So we have archetypes on the coaches, or the head coaches of what you want to be as far as a dynasty mode. So I guess they got this idea from 2K, archetypes, but I was wondering that myself. Where would y'all get why would you put archetypes? And I'm like, oh my God, did they talk to 2K or something? That's just a whole different thing. But overall, I'm looking at it as it's not immersive enough for me to get into. If that's the case, you might as well just play MUT. I mean, it's the same. There's nothing really inventive about dynasty mode than MUT. It's pretty much, to me, they didn't just threw together dynasty because all they added was a trophy room. That's it. But after that, there's nothing else you really want to get immersed into, is besides recruiting and, going through the season, making sure players don't get injured, recruiting more players. That's all I'm really seeing, transfer portal. That's what I'm saying. You're just recruiting players, going through the motions. And that's not real. I'm more in the menu recruiting players than I am playing the actual game to understand dynasty mode. And I'm not seeing it. So if that's the case, we might as well just play Ultimate Team. So that's where I'm probably going to be headed heavy, is Ultimate Team. I want to try Dynasty. I might try it. I will try it. Probably live stream it. I don't know. But it's not really seeing immersive for me to play. And there's nothing really new at all. So that's just my opinion. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one.